My name is Susan Davis Mora. I live in Ecuador, in Vilcabamba, and I'm 79 years old. And I've spent my life doing what I've been told to do, which is to develop a method of innovation that is for the business world as well as the nonprofit world, but it's based on a strategy of generosity. So you can imagine when I started this 50 years ago in finance, there's a little lack of interest, but I stayed with the development of this innovation method, and it has worked successfully 40 times over 40 years with very large challenges like make solar happen for the world when the energy industry had put that to bed, or transforming finance from greed and joy to love and trust. All 40 of these networks have worked. They have transformed local communities to be based on serving nature, all kinds of things. It's across the whole gamut. And then recently I started having problems with memory at 79, and I took all kinds of things, and I was still having trouble with memory, and it was getting worse. And then I happened to meet a Bruno by complete serendipity through a friend, and he started giving me what I call them head massages, where he works with the plates of my brain, and I started having my memory come back. And this has only been for a few months, but it was at a very critical time because my innovation method is called KINS Innovation Networks, and it's available at kinshipearth.org. And I also have a free book that's been downloaded zillions of times that tells the story of how I discerned how to bring this innovation method as a gift to the world. And that's in the book, and it's easy to get on the website. Anyway, Bruno was really, his massage of my head was just having profound effects. So I was being able to work more and more powerfully with spirit. And then one day, we met once a week. One day he had another thing come up and he couldn't give me a treatment. And within like 4 days, I was not being able to function the way I had been. I forgot things, and I started thinking, oh, I can't do this anymore. I've lost the capacity for it. And then the end of that week, he did another session, and I was right back where I was and better. So I was, who is this guy, and what is this method, and why doesn't everyone in the world know it? Because at these ages, later ages, we lose memory. Many people, it's a scourge on all of Earth. And if there's this method of doctors designing how to bring your memory back, it's important that the world knows about it. And that's why I asked Bruno to let me tell this little story. So today is just an example. I had a session a week ago, and I had a challenge because I've had 300 people who are people on a life destiny path to mature Earth's people so that we restore Earth instead of destroying it as we have been for so long. And this method of bringing people together who are on a life destiny path to help each other manifest their life destiny path, as I said, this has been successful, wildly successful, over 40 years. So I was wondering, well, if all these people, every one of them was in networks, every one of which network worked, I should gift them to each other, because think of how much good they could do to each other if they knew each other. Because consciousness on Earth has risen high enough now that it's ready for people in general, not just very special people that I would spend 6 months to 2 years to find the people who are conscious enough to come together and help each other from different spheres. I would usually find people from 30 different constituencies. For example, making solar happen for the world. That was a miracle because the energy industry had already put a stop to it. So I did research. I asked people what were the 30 most important constituencies of solar, that if the most respected people in each constituency met, they could design the method of innovation that would make it happen. And I found them, I brought them together. They never separated. They were like family. They never incorporated because the energy industry would have put them out of business if they found that they existed. So they worked without any credit. They worked free. They paid their way to the meetings, and they made solar happen for the world within a few years. It's a real miracle story. But nobody was looking for publicity, so no one's heard it, which is fine. But you need to know the power of using these innovation networks with a backup doctor like Bruno, who can make sure we keep our brain as functional and precise as possible. Doctors like Bruno, who have a cure to Alzheimer's, to offer it freely all over the world. So thank you for listening to me. Susan Davis Mora. God bless.